All right. We good to go. How y'all doing? Welcome to the Real Money Coach Show. It's Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and you know what time it is. That's Real Money Coach Live Showtime. And I see you falling in. Now, what you got to do is in the chat. In the chat, we need you to write where you watch from, your name, right? So if you're watching through one of the Facebook groups, we won't see your name. So put your name, what city you're watching from. And we got our first one there from Charlotte, North Carolina, but I don't know your name because you're watching through the Facebook private group. So if you will do so kindly, just let us know who you are. And we are glad that you are here for our show this evening. Wow, there's a lot going on. There's a lot to talk about this evening. And we got a lot of great information for you that can be life-changing for you if you want to get your money right, manage your money, get your debt in order, all those good things. We are ready to discuss them tonight with our special guest, Dexter Sadler, who will be on in a few minutes with us. Somebody else, let me know. Kimberly, my favorite. Kimberly is here. Thank you, Kimberly, for being here. I do want to do this, though. I do want to just take a moment, if you guys will allow us to do this. Kimberly and some of our regular listeners, we're all members of Mount Carmel Baptist Church here in Charlotte. And over the weekend, Lady K, hello, Alice Martin, Lady K, who is the first lady of the church, Pastor Casey Kimbrough, his wife LaDonna Kimbrough, transitioned to be with the Lord over the weekend. And I just want to take a moment out just to honor this family and to honor her. Very, very kind person, very kind lady. And you know, Pastor K is a wonderful gentleman, wonderful pastor. You know, their family. And I just want to just say a prayer for them and ask all of you to do that and to lift that family up in prayer. You know, it's one of those things that we just don't expect. I mean, we don't expect, and so I just want to give homage to that family and to her memory, if you guys don't mind that we do that. And so just let's just take a moment of silence for that, and then we'll get back into our show. So. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for accommodating that. So listen, so much to talk about. I've been on, I've been traveling, y'all. I've been on the go. I mean, and I don't know, it seems like in the last 2 weeks, I've been to Memphis, been to Nashville, been to Houston, been to Las Vegas, been to all of these places. And so your boy needs to get some rest, right? So I haven't been doing a whole lot the last couple of days, but I'm certainly glad to be back and glad to be in front of you this evening. And what I want to do right now, I want to bring my co-host on. And Michelle, and kind of talk about some of the things that have happened over the last 5, 6, 7 days. And Michelle, how you doing?
I'm good, Tony. How are you?
Good. Oh, I forgot last week, Michelle, you actually was in my office as we did the show. So you were here in the Queen City, and that was a lot of fun. Yes. I enjoyed us being in the same place doing the show. So, well, then the very next day, Wednesday, right after the show, you took off and went to Las Vegas, and Elisa and I took off and went to Houston. And so we were at the Power Networking Conference. And Michelle, the conference, the Power Networking Conference, I really can't wait for you to come and be a part of it. It's going to be here in Charlotte next year. And it's just so powerful to get all of these professionals, business owners all together in one place. And it's a different caliber. I mean, it's a different caliber of people It's a different caliber of professionals that are there. And it's the first time I went, it was life-changing, really, for me, because I had never been in one place where you had that many Black owners, executive business owners, professionals together in one setting, one conference, right?
Right. Yeah.
So it was pretty awesome. And so I flew in. It was so funny. I flew in, and we actually Marlon and I got to the convention center. We were supposed to present at 5. We got there at 4:55. Right?
Really?
Yeah. So I had trouble getting out of the airport here in Charlotte, and that was a whole nother story. And then when we got there, when it finally landed in Houston, and we were driving downtown, the Astros were having a game.
Oh, wow.
Just as we were getting to downtown, the game was letting out. And so it was a mess, but it all worked out. Got a chance to do our presentation, and then I did the workshop later. So what I want to do, Dante, is I want to show a little bit of the introductory video that's going to be talking about the PNC being here in Charlotte next year. If we could pull that in and roll that, hopefully.
To welcome you to Charlotte for the 2024 Power Network.
Do I do that? Do I push? I guess I can push it. Looks like it.
Hello, friends. I'm Mayor Vi Lyles, and we're excited to welcome you to Charlotte for the 2024 Power Networking Conference. The Queen City is a diverse community that blends Southern hospitality with urban sophistication. No matter your distance, regional, national, or international, there's a way to get to Charlotte. An abundance of direct flights and short drive times make accessing the Queen City easy. Plus, the Charlotte Douglas International Airport, one of the top 10 busiest airports in the world, is just 7 miles from Uptown. In the heart of Uptown, you'll find a vibrant and compact convention district within walking distance to more than 6,400 hotel rooms, over 200 restaurants, and attractions like the Harvey B. Gantt Center for African American Arts and Culture. If it's your first time visiting Charlotte, or if you've been many times before, we're ready to welcome you. On behalf of our hospitality community, we look forward to seeing you soon.
Hi, this is Dr. George Fraser, and I cannot tell you how excited I am as we move the Power Networking Conference from Cleveland, Ohio to Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City. We're in the Queen City. What an exciting time it's going to be for us as we continue to grow the conference, now in our 22nd year, and we will be spending our 23rd, 24th, and 25th, and who knows how many years we will plant ourselves in this great city. It's just wonderful. People are wonderful. The character of the city is high quality, places to go, things to see, people to meet, an incredible network of brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, allies all over the place to connect with, to grow with, to prosper, so that we can do the ultimate thing and the ultimate goal of the Power Networking Conference, and that is to learn, to earn, and return. We have a lot of us learning and a lot of us earning, but not enough of us returning. So we're now in God's country, Charlotte, North Carolina, the great Queen City. We'll see you next year in Charlotte, North Carolina. Join us.
Hi, I'm James Mitchell. So excited to be here, and thank you, Dr. Frazier, for your excitement to bring the Power Networking Conference to Charlotte in the year 2024, 2025, and 2026. We're excited you're going to be in the Queen City to host and to make sure that your attendees really enjoy Charlotte. Why Charlotte? Charlotte is a growing fast urban community in the United States. Why Charlotte? Because of our airports. Why Charlotte? Because of our downtown feeling. Why Charlotte? Our food and southern hospitality. So remember, the PNC is going to be in the QC. See you in Charlotte.
All right. Well, we got the words in the video. I mean, they're not quite synced up on this because of probably the bandwidth, but I'm super excited about the conference being here, and just being a major role in that. And again, I think we're looking at July, sometime in July. I think we haven't confirmed that yet, but it looks like it'll be after the 4th of July, maybe that following week after the 4th. And so more to come on that. So it's going to be pretty exciting.
I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah. And, there's so many coaches and all that there. And people come looking really to engage and to, hire a coach and, find clients and all that kind of stuff. A lot of great information. So it's going to be wonderful. You will hear and see more about it a lot over the next year as we prepare for that to take place. So Michelle, so then we left. I left Houston and
Yes.
Met you and the team in Las Vegas.
That's
and
right.
So it was the first financial security conference in Las Vegas. So I just want to get your feedback. What did you think of the conference, the part that you were able to see?
You know what? The conference was really good. I enjoy going to conferences because it always they always inspire me and opens up things that maybe I haven't seen before or perspectives I haven't seen before. So coming to your conference, which is different from the ones I go to, but I still learned some things and, my brain is twirling over here.
Got some ideas for us.
Yeah, I do. I came away with new ideas, new thoughts. And that's also another thing about just getting away from your work environment also allows creativity as well. So I really enjoy things like that. I like one of the eye openers to me from your conference was like the award ceremony and like, y'all, people out here making money, like good. Yeah. Not only did I see a new part of what you've done for so many years, but my husband also saw it as well. And he's like, interesting. Yeah.
Right.
See, he's percolating on the information that he heard there, so we'll see what shall come in the future.
And I thought it was a great conference. And honestly, I missed last year because of, just Lisa was in Michigan and I was keeping Carter and all this kind of stuff. But I miss going to the conference because you get this boost and you get a chance to see a lot of people doing well. And one of the things I like about First Financial Security in particular is the fact that there's a lot of people that are doing very well, making a lot of money. We saw one lady, right? We saw one lady. She was a sister. She made $800,000 in one day, Michelle, in 1 month. In 1 month.
Right. Yeah.
800,000 in 1 month.
That's crazy.
But yeah, that is like crazy money.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that the things that we do are good for people. And
yes, the impact on people's lives. Yeah.
Doing well while doing good, creating generational wealth, doing these type of things, I think is pretty awesome. And I was very I was walking around with my chest sticking out, honestly, because I had my team there, and we all had our Real Money Coach shirts on. We should have worn our shirts tonight. You should put
the picture up.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we'll get a chance before we're done. We'll pull a picture up of the team. but
Yeah.
just the fact that we got together, we're able to break bread together, and all these type of things with the team, and the fact that um, many of them met you for the first time. They've been
Yes.
with you, and then we always talk about your husband Tony, my wife Elisa, and they got a chance to meet, and they
Yes.
got a chance to meet each other's spouses and all this kind of stuff for that community, and I think that was really important.
Yeah.
Um, as we move forward with just trying to help more people. And
Mm-hmm.
so I do want to encourage you, if you're watching or you're watching this replay or something like that, schedule an appointment with me and see what we can do to help you. And if we can't, we're going to tell you that. I mean, we're going to give you, we're not going to, I'm not a twist your arm person, but we're just going to educate you, let you know what we have. If it fits, it fits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it costs you absolutely nothing for that.
Yeah.
And so I just want to encourage people to go to ipadappointment.com, schedule appointment, have that conversation. And as we get into a little bit more of the show tonight, we will continue to talk about that. I was very honored to get a couple awards, walk across the stage a couple times and all that kind of stuff. And so, and that's really thanks to, my wonderful customers, a lot of you who are watching tonight.
Yeah.
And team members and all those type of things. So
Yeah.
two other quick announcements. One is that I will be in Vineland, New Jersey. And that is going to be on the 20. I gotta look, the 19th. The 19th, Saturday, the 19th, I will be in New Jersey doing a financial empowerment brunch. It's going to be hosted by Dr. Lisa Conley Fonville. And so looking forward to that. If you're in the New Jersey area or close by within a stone's throw, you want to make sure you come out, be a part of that. Lisa's a wonderful coach herself. And so we just, she asked me if we wanted to, kind of combine and do a session. And so we're going to do an empowerment session. And so looking forward to that. So if you have folks, you have some peeps in the New Jersey area, you want to do that. And the next one, I kind of alluded to it a little bit last week. I kind of let it slip out a little bit, but I'm very humbled and honored to be getting a little Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award that actually will be given in the Atlanta area at the Black I Am Awards. And that's going to take place on the following weekend, August 26th. So again, if you're in that area, would love for you to come out and celebrate with us for that event. So that one just kind of, it kind of feels kind of surreal for me, Michelle,
Right.
just
Yeah.
like, I was like, oh, wow, is it really?
Right.
But, again, just kind of, it's a blessing to be recognized and chosen for one of those Presidential Lifetime Achievement Awards. So, so that's what's coming up. That's awesome. So now let me do this, Michelle. One of the things that I've been involved with for a number of years is we've done WINS. WINS was our financial empowerment that we're doing through church, and through that process, I was introduced to a organization called MyEcon, and MyEcon is really a system. It's really a movement. It's strategies to help people manage your money, things like debt and your credit and your expenses and all those type of things. And I have used it for a number of years with my customers that create a debt repayment plan. We've used the credit correction abilities or tools that are there, but never really kind of offered it until our client base. I use it for clients, but I didn't offer it to them as a tool that they could get on their own.
Yeah.
There's also a marketing aspect of it. And then when I was introduced to the MBN, the Matthews Business Network, I met this gentleman, Dexter Sadler, and he was on there, and he was the money doctor. I'm like, ho, the money doctor. All right, I gotta know about the money doctor. Immediately made an appointment with him, and he just kind of showed me another side of it that I think is very good. And we've had some people from our client base join and that are doing well and those type of things. And so I wanted to bring Dexter on so that he can talk a little bit more about it. But let me tell you a little bit about Dexter. He was in Who's Who in America in January of this year. He's got a BS degree. He's got a master's degree. He is a U.S. Army vet, right? So he served and got to the rank of lieutenant colonel in the Army. And this is what I like, and is this part of it, because I think he approaches this with the same sense that I do, a ministry, right? So I'm going to read this verbatim. It says, realizing that the majority of American population had an extremely limited degree of financial intelligence, he was inspired to create Dollars with Sense, a financial education business. Professionally known as the Money Doctor, he teaches financial literacy and wealth creation strategies. As a financial educator, Mr. Sadler is using his vast financial knowledge and experience to help people achieve personal financial success. And he's married. His wife's name is Lynn. They have 2 children and 2 granddaughters. And so just a really great guy. And I'm really happy and proud to have him as our guest tonight. Let's bring the Money Doctor on the screen.
Well, man, it's been a while since I saw a standing, rising welcome. Thank you, Tony.
A standing ovation on
I tell you.
Hey, listen,
I hope I still get that when I'm finished.
I'm sure you will, man. I'm sure you will. Well, welcome to the Real Money Coach Show. And man, Dexter, since we met, man, it just kind of, there's a synergy there. And what you do and what we do really go hand in hand.
Like water and wet.
So Dexter, before we get into some of the product and the services and what it can do, just kind of wanted people to kind of get to know you a little personally, where you grew up, a little bit about your background, and what got you to this point. And then we're going to dive into asking. Then you asked this one key question. They're like, how is your economy, right? So we're going to unpack and ask people about their economy, not the economy, but their economy. But before we get into that, give the people a little bit of your background.
Well, as you have stated a lot already, man, I'm a native Texan. I grew up in a little small town called Mineral Wells, Texas. A little dot on the map, about 45 miles from Fort Worth. Grew up in a shotgun house. That's where you can stand in the front, see straight to the back. I'm the youngest of 4 kids, but God chose me to change the legacy of the Sadler name to no longer be synonymous with just broke and getting by, but now synonymous with wealth and prosperity. And what I've been doing coming out of college, I went into the military. I served there, had a career, retired as lieutenant colonel, got a master's degree, graduate of Command and General Staff College, and all of that and $5 would get me a cup of coffee at Denny's restaurant. However, I went through what a lot of folks went through. I went through a hardship thing, and mine was called a divorce that turned my life upside down and inside out. But I was in a bad situation, y'all. And peace of mind is priceless. So I gave up the house. I took on all of her bad debt on my shoulder. And at age 50, I was broke, busted, and disgusted. And my credit score plummeted to a 425. I was homeless. But it is at that point in my life that God put a black millionaire in my path, who took me under his wings, began to educate me about things I didn't get in college, knowledge about money and strategies that create wealth and how to repair my own credit. I went from a 425 to a 750 in less than 18 months and haven't looked back since. And now, because of the strategies that I gladly teach, man, I am now no longer broke, busted, and disgusted. See, I got a six-figure residual cash flow, and I became a millionaire because I was trained by a millionaire. In a nutshell, I teach these financial strategies. They help others to create cash flow and grow wealth. Over the past 30 years, Tony, I have helped thousands of families go from where I was, broke, busted, and disgusted, to now financial success. Many of my clients have become wealthy, and some have even become millionaires. I'm proud to say that yes, I do produce millionaires.
Well, Dexter, one of the things is when we talk about what you went through and the hardship, you found yourself homeless and all these type of things. I want you to talk a little bit about how did you shift your mindset? I mean, what because I think so often that's the key, right? Is the shifting of the mindset. And what did you do? What types of things that you do to help shift your mindset?
Well, I think my key to my overcoming these obstacles has been my faith. Say, I'm a believer,
Mm-hmm.
and what I went through is what I call my valley experience, and I was at the lowest of low. But you see, my mindset was never broken. I was broke, but I wasn't broken. And it was
Mm.
because of my faith and determination. And I studied. How did I create the mindset? By what I study, by what I read, by what I look at, listen to, and who I hang around. And when I got to hang around millionaires, oh, now that's when my mindset went to a whole nother galaxy as far as a paradigm shift.
And I totally get that because prior to my coming to Charlotte, I mean I don't know that I was around any millionaires, right? Uh, and then as you're exposed to people who are and even billionaires, right? Um, that it's a different mindset. And one of the things, as we were talking about the conference too, Michelle, is like when you see other people doing it, it makes you realize, hey, yeah, I can do it too, because God is
it increases your belief.
increases your belief, right? It gives you that social proof,
Yes.
right? Because God is not a respecter of person. What he'll do for one, he'll do for another. If we activate what you said, faith, right?
Right.
That's right.
Activate our faith. And so I think that's really key is that we do activate our faith.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have like a daily routine that you do in terms of those type of things, Dexter?
Well, the first thing I do on a daily basis when I wake up, before my feet hit the ground, I've already had my conversation with God, Holy Spirit, and the angels assigned over me. And I ask God to give me this day my daily bread to do according to what He purposed for me to do. And then, of course, I do a moment of meditation. I like to listen to something that is inspiring and motivational to get my mind and my spirit right in one accord every day. That's my start plan. And of course, before I go to bed at night, I already have my next day's action plan. What will you do today? We all got
Mm.
24 hours in a day. God is no respecter of person, like you said. Nobody got more time in a day than the other. But it's what we do with that time, how you manage your time. Most people are managed by time because they don't know how to manage time.
I love that. I love
I
that.
love
And
that.
yeah, being planning your day tomorrow before at the end of today, right? So
Exactly.
when you get up, you already got a plan and you know what that plan is, because what they say, people don't plan to fail, they fail to plan, right?
Right.
So that's all good stuff. So now let's shift a little bit. Let's talk about my econ. Let's talk about you were introduced to this black millionaire, Mr. Stokes, I do
Ivy
believe.
Stokes.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what that experience was like when you first met Mr. Stokes.
Well, when I first met Mr. Stokes, I did not know that this man was a multimillionaire because he was a very humble man of God. He doesn't dress flashy, and he is one that cares about people. And I got to talk with this guy, and he took me on his wings. I transferred from another business I was in the financial arena. It was used to be a company with the initials PFS, but I left those guys because Mr. Stokes took me on his wings, and he told me that we've been watching you. We know what your work ethic is like, but we know what you have not been taught as a financial services person. He said, we're going to teach you about wealth creation. And we're going to start our own company one day. This was 1995. He said, we're going to start our own company one day. And you will be a part of the legacy, the foundational group of leaders of a new company that's teaching wealth creation. I walked away from what I was doing successfully and I followed a dream. The dream became a reality 10 years later in 2005 when we started the company, My Econ. My Econ is short for my economy. You know, everybody's talking about the economy. The American economy is this. The global economy is that. The local economy is this, that, and the other. Yeah, but how is your economy? See, if the economy is doing great, how is your economy? If the economy is doing terrible, how is your economy? And stop waiting on the right person in the White House or the governor's mansion or the mayor's house to put some green in your house because they ain't going to do it. And yes, I said ain't.
Well, you know, the thing about it, I heard it once said that the difference between a recession and a depression is a recession is when it happens to other people. Depression is when it happens to you.
And you get very depressed.
And so, you know, and I think that's one of the things that we have to really just talk about is like, so often we see on the news, right? Even if we look at, let's just take the stock market for the last, prior to COVID, 10 years previous to COVID, stock market up now. The economy's doing so well. Well, a lot of our people that we deal with, they didn't feel that. You know, we watch it on the news and we're not saying, well, this bull market where the market is going up, we're not experiencing that. We didn't get a chance to participate in that. And so I think it is a very distinct thing to talk about what is happening in the economy versus what's happening in your economy.
Mm-hmm. No, in fact, you know, during the global pandemic of COVID, there are so many that were part of my econ that have been practicing the strategies that we teach, and they built a 12-month emergency fund. Now, that emergency fund is 12 months of your living expenses, not your income. Why? Because sometimes your living expenses are higher than your income. So as a result of that, many prospered during the crisis of COVID. And by doing investments, because of what we do, we educate about investments. My granddaughter got a 45% return on her mutual fund instead of that during the COVID pandemic, during the peak of COVID. We got people that prospered during a period, let's say, reaped a harvest in a period of a financial famine.
Absolutely. And we've seen even biblical examples of, you know, we call it Guy Joseph, right? So he prepared for the famine, you know, 7 years before. So that's very good. So one of the things I want to talk about, and Michelle, you can appreciate this, is so often we hear, and one of the things we talked about, even about the FFS recognitions, is a lot of times you hear revenue, you hear sales, you hear income. There's a difference, Dexter and Michelle, between income and cash flow.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. Michelle, what do you see as the difference between income and cash flow?
Income is like the sales, but the cash flow is what's in your pocket. It's the money in the bank. Yeah.
It's real. It's tangible,
it's real.
right? Because you can have paper income.
Paper income, right?
But it don't create cash flow.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And I believe in the velocity of cash flow, right?
Right.
So Dexter, cash flow. I know this is the area that my econ specializes in. So give us your difference between income and cash flow.
Well, I'll start out with income by giving you the money doctor definition of income. You ready? Here you
Yeah.
go. If you don't go in, it won't come. Period. Full stop. Now, if you have a job,
if you don't punch the clock, if you don't punch the clock, the income ain't coming.
if you don't go in, it ain't coming. Don't test that philosophy. If you got a job, go in tomorrow. Now,
Right.
so what is the difference between income and cash flow? Well, I look at it like this. How do you measure it? See, income is measured by how much money you get from working a job.
Mhm.
Cash flow is measured by time. How long can you live without a job?
Mm.
Mm.
How long can you sustain your lifestyle on assets without working a job? Most people's only income producing asset is from neck down, their ability to go work a job or a conventional business. But you see, the danger there is what will you do if a day comes and your neck down breakdown? Uh-oh, look out, COVID. Uh-oh, look out, age. Uh-oh, look out, sickness, accidents. And when you can't get up and get out, that means, uh-oh, income. You don't go in, it don't come. But wealth is what I focus on. And wealth is created. Deuteronomy 8 and 18 tells us God give us the power to create wealth, to establish his covenant. And that's created from neck up, knowledge and empowerment with the right information that you apply.
I like that. I like it. I'm glad I asked the question.
Thanks for asking.
Well, let's get into some of the cash flow systems and strategies, if you will, that my econ has. So I want to ask you to go through. I know there's five systems that are five systems or strategies that are kind of the baseline for my econ. So would you go through those five for us real quick?
Well, sure. The first one is how to get a quick cash flow increase. Now, if you work a job, this is what the Internal Revenue Service says about a Form W-4 that everybody filled out. Now, I just happen to have a document. And if, I don't know if you said internal, this is who it's from, the IRS. And here's what they said about people filled out a Form W-4. 80% filled it out incorrectly. And they say that what happens is that we're giving away too much money. They say that most people use a refund as a means of a forced savings. But Uncle Sam don't give interest on refunds. And a refund is a partial return of what you overpaid in the first place. What the Internal Revenue Service said that you would be better off correcting the Form W-4, give only what you will owe and no more. They didn't say that part, but no more. And take the difference and pay down debt or invest for retirement. So what we do is teach you straight from IRS's website, and they got a tool called the tax withholding estimator. Take you step by step how to correctly fill out that Form W-4. And Money Coach, we help people to put an extra 500 plus back in their paycheck. That's like getting a pay raise on your job without asking for a pay raise.
Well, I think that's key too, because we and I say many people have become addicted to the big tax return, right? I want a big tax return. They brag about how big their tax return is, and I'm like, well, you just gave the IRS a free loan, right?
You're giving the government a stimulus check out of your paycheck. They're not giving you one.
Exactly. So number two, what's the second strategy?
Number two is let's learn how to minimize taxes. See, the way you minimize taxes is be in business. Whether you do it part-time, sometime, or full time. But when you own a business, even if you work from home, now you qualify for the same tax advantages that Amazon, that Tesla, that Boeing Aircraft, that American Airlines, Coca-Cola, you name them. And see, here's the key for all of you that are in business. Here's what get people in trouble with Internal Revenue Service: lack of proper tax record keeping. We provide a cash flow manager software
So like,
that
it
helps
is.
you to keep a simplified, just like this: who, what, when, where, how much, and take a picture of a receipt. Now you got a spreadsheet document that is created, and at the end of the year is summarized by what type of expense, the total summary. And then you give that report to your tax person, no longer giving them a shoebox full of receipts that got fade away ink on it. See, now that makes you audit proof. Let me explain what I mean by audit proof. It doesn't mean you'll never get an audit. It means don't worry if you do get an audit. The audit just means the IRS want to see your proof of these things you started claiming. And that's what you have a cash flow manager software for. It's a tool you download to your smartphone. And it's so simple, even I can do it. And I'm not a techie.
All right. So let's move
Saving
on.
tens of thousands of dollars a year just by learning what the tax laws say you can do. And we just teach you, let you read. We go irs.gov, folks, and go to the publication form and document and let you read in black and white. This is what the laws say you can do. Now let me teach you how to do what the laws say you can do. And
This
then
is what you
keep
can
proper
deduct.
record.
This is all those type of things. At home offices, all those type of things are key.
Yeah.
Right. So
Hire your children. Don't give them allowances. Oh, but wait a minute. My kids behave. They make good grades. They're supposed to. Allowances are not tax deductible, but wages are. Hire your children as a part of your business and pay them wages. That's a rich folk rule. They the one who wrote the tax law.
So we're increasing our cash flow. We're increasing it by correcting our W-4. We're minimizing our taxes, getting some write-offs. And number 3 is
now you notice what Tony just said. The first 2 increases your cash flow. Now, it's one thing about how much money you make. What's important is how much of it did you keep. But let me take you another level. What did you do with what you kept? See, we want to teach you how to make your money make you money. Because if your money not making money for you, I promise you it's making money for anybody else but you. So what's the third strategy? Debt elimination. See, if you were able to take money from getting an increase in your take-home pay, let's say an extra $500, and you take that money and you use our rapid debt elimination software to start rapidly, systematically paying off debt. Every debt you pay off increase your cash flow. If you pay off a debt that's costing you $300 a month, ching is gone. $300 more cash flow on your table. Now we just snowball effect. Watch this. The average household may have $2,500 of debt payments. Now, if you pay off that debt, you just created $2,500. Oh, wait a minute. Add the $500 back in there too. From correcting the W-4, you just created $3,000. How did you do it? Neck up. Remember, wealth is created from neck up. And now you're going to take that money and create wealth by what did you do with it? Oh, yeah, $3,000 a month. I believe you can do some pretty good investment with that.
I believe you can. I believe you can.
You too.
So number 4 on the strategies.
Well, number 4 is build great credit. See, I tell you, I had dropped down to a 425 credit score. The lowest you can go is 300. I was at 425. I say I was. So with creating great credit, we have a do-it-yourself credit repair system where you're going to get educated about all 5 factors that make up your total credit score. Now, see, people are paying somebody to do credit repair because they sound good, look good, smell good, whatever. But watch this. They will pull your credit report. Now, that's your payment history. but that only makes up 35% of your total score. Now, I'm not a mathematician, but I can do arithmetic. So I grew up back in the day in the 3 R's: reading, writing, and arithmetic. And last time I did arithmetic, you take 100 minus 35, it left 65. That means 65% of your total credit score is untouched. Why are you paying somebody 100% of your money to do 35% work for you? And then you end up coming back because you didn't learn nothing? This system is how we help people go from wherever you are to 750 and above. If you have a number lower than 7 on your credit score, I mean the first digit, you need to get with this program, because this is how we help you learn about all 5 factors of your credit score, how to fix it yourself, and you get educated about credit so that now you manage credit instead of credit managing you.
Well, I think I never thought about that piece before on the credit repairs, that they're looking at that payment history, and depending on the FICO, or whether you're using a FICO model or you're using Advantage model or whichever one that you're using, it's only a percent of what makes up that credit score.
Right.
Yeah.
And everyone talks about credit repair, but that's good. That's good. So
they got this program out there with some guy, Dave something, with this program out there, something Peace of Mind. I'm not advertising for them. I know who I'm talking about, and you might know too, but I'm not advertising for them. But they tell you to pay off the debt and cut up the credit cards. Wrong answer. Hear me, folks.
Yep.
That credit card that you've been having for a while, yes, pay it off. And any debt you still have, get it down to about 10% of utilization. Utilization is one of the factors. That's 30% of your total score. But credit history is another 15%. What I mean by credit history, how long you been having that card? If that card you've been having the longest is down to 0, keep it. Don't cut it. Use it to buy a pack of bubble gum or a tank of gas and pay it off in 30 days. That cha-ching raises your credit score. It shows good management. If you cut it off, you got rid of the wrong one and kept the newest one. But that's the wrong one to keep. That's the one that hurt you the most. This is about education.
Absolutely. And number 5.
Well, you see, we done the first 4 is about creating cash flow. Number 1, you corrected the Form W-4. Give unto Caesar what is Caesar. Stop letting Caesar be so greedy on your money. So give only what you owe and no more. That's $500 or more back in your paycheck, and then you go here and minimize taxes. That's thousands of dollars back in your pocket, and then you wouldn't get rid of debt. Every debt you pay off increases cash flow. Now, bad credit gonna cost you money, but great credit will make you money. Remember that. Now, all 4 of those are about doing what? Creating cash flow. Now, let's go grow the cash flow. And we're going to teach you about how investments work. What are investments? That's the investment education. See, we use a strategy that they use on Wall Street. Notice that we help you to create some cash using your own money and strategies. Now, you're going to take that cash, and through investment education, you're going to buy some income producing assets that make you some more cash. And you take that cash and buy some more income producing assets that make you some more cash. You take that cash and buy some more income producing assets. That, I think you get the picture. That's how you walk your way to wealth. In other words, I'm going to teach you how to bring Wall Street down to Y'all Street.
Well, I think that the 5 strategies are really solid strategies that most people can take advantage of. And one of the things that some people say is like, well, I can employ all these strategies, but I think to have a dashboard, to have a system, to have a community that you do this with sometimes could be the very thing that gets you to the next step. And then of course, there's that other side of the whole My Econ, which is also if you're looking to increase cash flow by having a part-time business, by offering different services, you also have that piece of it that's available as well.
Oh my God, we got the best plan. I wrote down something that you said, and you said something about doing well while doing good for others. When what we do is about financial training, financial literacy, teaching these strategies, People are struggling out there, folks. They're looking good, but they're hurting. They broke at a high level. And because they didn't get educated about money, they just got academic education. What we do is help people understand simple strategies that existed thousands of years but not being taught. And there's life transformation. And as a result of that, we got a compensation plan that's unmatched by nobody because we just do what's right to help people. And if you are a person that care about people, I would love to invite you to be on a Zoom site financial training I'm doing tomorrow. It's called Cash Flow to Wealth: How to Win the Money Game. That will be at 7 p.m. Central Time tomorrow. And I'd love to put that information out there, the Zoom site in your chat.
Yeah, go ahead and put it in the private chat. We'll pull that in. And I just encourage people to just take a look at it. I mean, you can even go to TonyJacksonEcon.com, where you can actually be able to explore the My Econ system and see if that's something that you're interested in. Definitely plug into Dexter's information, tomorrow night. You said at 7:30.
No, 7 p.m. Central
7
Time,
p.m.
which
7
would be
p.m.
8 p.m. Eastern Time.
Okay,
And I
7
just
p.m. 7 p.m. Central, 8
yes,
p.m. Eastern Time.
and I just put that in the chat. Did it pop up?
Yep, we got
Okay,
it.
and
We got
there you see the Zoom site and the passcode.
All right, Dante will pull that in into
And by the way, any of you that come in, like what you see, and you will, and invite somebody. And Tony, everybody that enroll be coming in with you, with your team. And anybody that they bring in, I'm gonna help them build their team. And I, the money doctor, will be your personal coach.
There it is. Boom.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds great. So Dexter, any last thing you want to say before we're just about right at 9?
Yeah.
I mean, this thing timed out perfect, unrehearsed, right, as we usually do. And you know what, that Michelle, that makes our guests a little bit nervous sometimes. It's like, okay,
I
well,
know.
what's the run of the show? It's like, well, we just let it be organic. I mean, we just you got to get the Holy Spirit room to do something, right? And
Right.
any last words you'd like to share with the audience tonight before we
Well,
sign?
first of all, I want to thank you for giving me the honor and privilege of being a part of your program. And I've enjoyed being here to teach. And that's my life. Right now, I've gone down the road called Lodabar, but I am delivered. Now, my life is all about teaching others. This is how I live. People say, "Ooh, Dex, I want to be like you." I say, "No, you don't. You looking at my glory. You better check out my story first."
Right.
But I want you to do better than me. And if anybody shows up tomorrow, you're going to learn what is causing the cash flow shortage in people's lives, but how to fix it. You're going to learn the solution. And I'm going to offer you a business opportunity. What makes this a lucrative opportunity? If you can identify a problem that is common to the masses of a population, and you can provide a solution to that problem at a price that everybody can afford, there's an opportunity for you to make a whole bunch of money. But I want you to be not just about the money. I want you to be about fixing your financial life, and let's be about helping others get their life straight. And if we help them get their life straight, both financially and spiritually, I think the angels in heaven are rejoicing and shouting, and God get the glory.
Amen.
Amen.
I can rock with that right there, brother. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. So listen, folks, make sure you take advantage of it. Of course, as always, you can reach out to me directly. If you want more information, we can get you in contact with Dexter or what have you. Like I said, you can go to TonyJacksonEcon.com. I do want to make this announcement. Next week, we got Trevor Otts that will be with us. Trevor is going to talk to us about how to use AI to take your business to the next level. He's going to talk about AI and taking your business to the next level. Even your personal business, taking it to the next level with the use of AI. So
Hey,
he
send me an
is,
invite. I'll be here too.
yeah, be right here, same back channel, everything. He is the founder of Black CEO. And so you will really, really enjoy that for sure. And to my great couple from last week, the
Yes.
Jacksons, Concord, Texas. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for following us and all that good stuff. So with that, y'all, we're out. Have a wonderful evening. Make sure you tune into the radio station on Saturday morning. And if you have not already, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Real Money Coach. With that, Dexter, thank you so much for being here. And we'll see y'all next week.
Have a good
My
night.
pleasure.